everybody, this is Tony from bluebutterflycreations.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you a treat topper made with paper from the Christmas and Winter stacks, both the cardstock stack and the coordinating pattern paper. I'm also going to be using my Cricut Imagine to create this project. And what I've done here is I have selected, I can go back and show you, this preloaded label and imported it onto my work mat, and it is measured at, can't find my stylus at the moment, 3 inches, and I'm going to hit apply, and then I'm going to hit the autofill button up here in the corner, and it's going to fill in my sheet. I'm using this green starburst paper, and I'm going to be using a red snowflake paper for this label. Oh, there's my stylus. So I have my mat loaded with paper. It's slid in my machine, and I'm going to hit next. I'm going to apply firm light pressure to my machine through the mat. I'm going to hit go cut, and it's going to slide in. There it goes. This takes a few minutes to cut. Alright, so my machine is finishing up cutting this sheet of those little labels, and I'm going to pop one off for you. There we go. Lift it right up. There it is. And that'll fit perfectly on the topper. Next, we're going to cut out a white cardstock. The same design, just a little bit smaller. And here you can see my mat on the screen of the Imagine. And what I'm going to do is click it and edit. And right now it says 3. I'm going to bring it down to 2.7 to create a nice little seam around, well, we'll go 2.6. And we'll hit apply. And we'll hit the autofill. That gives me 8 per sheet. So, here's my mat pre-filled with white cardstock. This is just normal white cardstock. You can buy it at Michael's or Joann's or AC Moore's. I'm hitting next on my touch screen. It's going to give me that cut option. And I'm going to click cut, go. My light firm pressure. Mat's being pulled in. And it's going to cut those out for me. Alright, so here at the craft desk, I have my pattern paper cut out in both styles. And I have my white paper cut out from my Imagine. And then I also took that green and red cardstock, and this is cut down to 6 inches by 4.5 inches. And it's scored, if you can see that score line right here, at 3 inches along that 6-inch side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that in half on that score line. I'm going to use my foam folder to do that. So I get a nice crisp seam. Just like that. I'm going to do one in red. I'm going to line up those corners. Make sure I get that nice crisp seam. Like that. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I want to put a little saying on here, and because I made this peppermint bark in snowflake shape, I'm going to stamp snowflakes are just unassembled snowmen using black ink onto the white paper. So, give myself a good surface. I'm going to ink up my stamp here. And what I do is I usually invert my ink pad over my stamp and wobble it back and forth over so it gets nice and juicy. Well, lots of coverage. And then I'm going to apply firm pressure. Make sure it's as centered as possible. Wobble that back and forth a little. There it is. And then I am going to adhere it to the pattern paper using my tape runner here. Run some tape on the back and put some new adhesive on. There we go, much better. Right in the center. And then I'm going to take my treat bag here. I'm going to give a little fold. And because I have the red pattern paper here, I'm going to use the green cardstock. So I'm folding it over. I'm going to slide my cardstock on like this. Stapling it into place. I'm doing one staple on either side. There we go. Made it flat. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the pattern paper. And place it centered over the topper, like so. And there you have this adorable little treat bag using the Cricut Imagine with preloaded labels. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Blue Butterfly Creations. And feel free to check out our website at bluebutterflycreations.blogspot.com.